It's hard to carry on when you feel all alone. Now I've swung back down again. It's worse than it was before. If I hadn't seen such riches, I could live with being poor. I'll sit down, I'll sit down, I'll sit down, sit down next to me. Sit down, 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 in sympathy.
Evening, everyone. I thought I'd just do something different. I don't normally watch international football. I find it absolutely boring. And I'm sorry to say, that game yesterday was boring. It was slow. It was ponderous. And I just don't understand what... big up to you, DYA Films. I just don't get what Southgate is about. I really don't. I mean, it's just, he's got players in that squad, in that team rather, that shouldn't bloody be there. I mean, where was Ward-Prowse? Yet you're picking other players that are absolutely past their sell-by date. And I find it amazing. I really do. Like, you know, you've got in there Henderson, Maguire. I mean, they are absolute trash. Serious bloody trash. I mean, Ukraine, respect to Ukraine, but they're not the greatest team in the world, and we slug it out for a 1-1 draw. Mate, come on. It's this guy, Southgate, is not going to take England anywhere. He's been here for, what is it, 7 years now? Right? 7 years. And he gets to the edge and he just doesn't fulfill what needs to be done. No. It's time to move on, people. Game Killer, Godfather Jez, good to see you, mate. Thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, I just find it so frustrating. I really do. I mean, that some people think that this guy is actually going to take England anywhere. Really, I mean, oh dear. I mean, oh, big up, mate. Big up from Ukraine. Fair play to you, fella. Fair play to you. Respect for you in Ukraine. Let's give everybody in Ukraine the biggest support. Wolfgang, it was boring, Jez. Yeah, man, it was awful. Seriously, there was points in that game where I was watching it. I'm like on my iPad, watching other stuff on YouTube because it was that bloody awful. I mean, the first thing Jordan Pickford had to do, major thing in the game, was pick the ball out the net. For the first 15 minutes, England had the ball. Ukraine couldn't get hold of the ball. And I was thinking, yeah, this is going to be a like 3, maybe 4. But it was awful. I don't know what Harry Kane was on yesterday, but maybe he switched off from England because he's now in Germany, which was an interesting thing to see Germany lose 4-1 to Japan. I watched some highlights today of the Germany game and just goes to prove a point, guys. Kai Havertz is absolute dog shit. Seriously. I mean, really? I mean, and today the German coach, Flick, got sacked. I'm not surprised because Germany have always been an absolute top level team and they look bloody awful, to be honest. Flaminio says, big up, Jez, watching the Ireland game matches. I watched this. Good luck to Ireland, mate. Good luck to them. And Static says 12 likes. Yeah, smash the likes up, people. If you're new, please subscribe because it does help the channel, obviously. And Pain Like Bane, Adama, Picture Productions, Southgate out. Absolutely, he's crap. He's had plays in that squad that surely can't be there. They're just not. Why are they there? Why didn't Rashford start? Why? And the fact that Jude Bellingham, probably right now in Europe, one of the hottest players out there, you take him off, but you leave Henderson on. That to me is so Arteta-like. And I saw actually last night in an Instagram chat group I'm in, said Southgate Arteta. Yeah. And it's just laughable to me. It seriously is laughable to me. But Michael Singh says, I love how Kenny Lee claimed to hate AFTV for moral reasons, when in reality they were fired from their infamous live stream when they laughed about profiting after a loss, after Europa League loss. Well, I don't know anything about that, my friend, but it is what it is. There you go. Michael says, obviously, Robbie had no choice but to fire them, hence the anger towards AFTV. Is that still live? I've no idea, mate. I've had no involvement in any of that. I don't want to get involved in any of that, to be honest with you. It is what it is. They've got their reasons. Whatever happened is between them and not me. Rights Wildlife, evening chat, even to you, my friend. I hope you're well down in New Zealand. Was going to chat here. I wanted to show. Hi, Righty. Yeah, good man. He's a top fella. Go and subscribe. Go and subscribe to that channel, man. I just want to mention also the boring tactics yesterday. They were seriously crap. It was just like plodding. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, right? The Premier League is probably one of the hardest and quickest leagues in the world. Yet when we have an England team, it is just so slow. It's so ponderous. It's backwards, sideways, backwards. Bit like how Arsenal were playing, not last year, but the year before. And I'm thinking, this guy, Southgate, is never, ever going to win anything. He's got close. He's got close, but he didn't get it over the line, did he? And I'm sorry, but in international football, you have to have a top-level manager. And he ain't it. He ain't it. And with the wealth of talent that is in the English Premier League, English players, surely you can do better, man. Ward-Prowse, as here, I mean, where was Ward-Prowse? Not even in the bloody squad. Not even in the squad. Gary Parker says, Jez Arteta or Southgate. None of them. None of them. Both a couple of clowns, to be honest. Wolfgang says, Tybe Static. Yeah, good up to see you, boys. And Pain Like Bane says, bunch of young guns too. Yeah, I totally agree with that, mate. But the fact remains, Southgate, he keeps picking his favourites. And I'm sorry, I have to align that with what Arteta does. He's got his favs and they just don't perform. And if anybody can actually tell me, right, about Liar Havertz, then I'd be amazed. Because I watched the highlights of that game against Japan, and Germany were absolutely bloody shocking. But we move on. We move on with it. I just don't get the fact that we have such an appalling setup with this England squad. I just don't see it. Many people may disagree with me on this, right? But why do you take off Jude Bellingham? Why? And Henderson's still on. I just don't get it. Saka came off in the second half. I get that. I hopefully I'm wrong, but it looked to me in the first half he got a knock, and that's not good. He looked like he was like having a little bit of a limp there. And also the fact that I've seen a report, whether it's true, on Sky, that Gabriel Magalhaes, on his debut for Brazil, may have picked up an injury. I mean, you can't make it up, can you? You can't fucking make it up. Why is it when Arsenal fans go to international football, we get injuries? Happened in the World Cup, right? Gabriel Jesus came back injured. We've seen it before, right? When players go to the AFCON, they come back injured. Partey, notable, came back injured, cost us the season. I just don't understand. I just don't understand why we get this problem. I don't see too many other clubs having this problem. Bloody Arsenal do. And if those players, if Gabriel is injured, who the hell is going to replace him at centre back? Really? I mean, come on, who? Who is going to replace him? Because that is going to be a major, major bloody problem for Arsenal Football Club. What, we're going to stick in there? We were going to stick. Well, we lost Tierney. He's gone. He could have played there. So that's out the window. Right. Could we put Kiwior in there? Maybe, if need be. I'm not convinced personally. But I just don't understand, why do we keep getting these bloody injuries if it is true? And I'll be honest with you, there's no smoke without fire. Let's be honest. So, Central Man Network, big up to you, Jez. Big up to you, man. Everybody go and support this young man. He's got a YouTube channel. Go and support him. Give him a sub. Give him some likes. Top fella. And Pain like Bane, he says, he sets up the team wrong more often than not. Yeah, he does. And the thing is, it's boring. It is so boring to watch. Really, I mean, I don't get it. I just don't get it. The fact we looked so shambolic, in the fact Kane looked shambolic, I just don't understand it. I don't think at times there's actually any real expression in the team anymore. There just seems they're going through the motions. I mean, I knew it was going to be a tough game because Ukraine, fair play, and big up Longhead Yetis Caveman. They're going to be up for it. Of course they are. They're playing away from home in Poland. Sadly, they had to do that. But the fact is, they're always going to come on top of you. And fair play to Zinchenko for scoring his goal. Took it well. Shocking defending. Shocking. Where the hell was Maguire? What was he? He was marking one of his own England players. I mean, it's just beyond belief at times, this England team. And I'm sorry, but if anybody's got any delusion that England are going to go on and win a Euros, let alone a World Cup, then give it up now, man. Because it ain't ever going to happen. Seriously, it's an embarrassment, I think. Carl says, Laia Havertz sacked his manager. He'll do the same with Arteta. Well, maybe we'll get lucky there because Arteta has put his faith in that player, and well, he's going to have to, isn't he? With 65 bags spent on him. You know, I'm sorry, but the problem is it's going to cost us as an Arsenal Football Club. It's going to cost us because we're going to have to put up with him come what may. And we know when we know as Arsenal fans, don't we? And I'll talk about Arsenal here. We know when we get into the Arsenal time around Christmas, New Year especially, Arsenal always go a little bit cold. We've seen it so many times with the capitulation of when Wenger's teams did it. Up there in top 3, top 4, going well, and all of a sudden it all go tits up. And I'm sorry, I don't believe at this point in time in history that Kai Havertz, or Laia Havertz, I prefer to call him, will actually deliver. Big up to you, Joe, down in New Zealand. I hope the weather's getting better down there. My son lives in New Zealand and he's told me it's been pretty crap. But there we go. So I don't think I've made a statement. I think that there has to be a player in that Laia Havertz. There has to be, but God knows where it is because I don't know. I don't know. I'll get to the point. I'm bored talking about it, to be honest. As Game Killer says, Gabriel is now injured during Brazil games, and that's not really going to help us. I hope it's nothing serious. Static says, Jez, I've watched Saka closely. He already looks tired. We got beaten too many times by Myelenko. Yeah. And he came off looking like he had, in that first half, he looked like he had a little bit of a knock, and he was like, went out. And I think that's what pisses me off, to be honest. Right. England manager. You've got a player, you're borrowing from a football club, right? The player has had treatment twice or maybe 3 times in that first half, right? And you send him back out. I think that disrespects the club, knowing the fact that player is probably one of our key players, without a doubt. And well, shocked me. I just think that disrespects the player and it disrespects your club that player comes from, because at the end of the day, that knock, if it is a knock or it's a strain or something, that could put that player out for a month, 2 months, at a very key point of the bloody season. Bargab says, sad US and England have similar negative managers. They could be so much better. Yeah. And I'm sorry, Gareth Southgate is a very, very negative manager. It's boring. Yet people say, oh, well, look at the last Euros and everything like that. Well, yeah, but they didn't win it, did they? Unless you win, then it means shit at the end of the day. It seriously does. Good to see you, Niall. Big ups, Jez. Hope you will. I'm great, mate. Hope you are as well. Hot Fuzz 44. Jaminio is in the chat. Good man. Gary Parcross, Arteta or Southgate, Jez. If you're meaning either of them for Arsenal, neither. Seriously. Or if you're asking about England, I would say neither, to be honest. Really, I mean, Longhead Yeti says, I did watch the game, Jez. I was washing my hair. Well, that would have taken you about, 3 hours? With the length of your hair? And I'm thinking maybe actually have to do it in the garden, because I think doing it in your bathroom might flood the place out. I'm joking, of course. Bargab says, hard to justify Ben White, Sterling, Tomori out the squad. Yeah, why? Why? It's just a shit show, really. You know, I mean, I'm not going to do a long stream tonight because I'm so pissed off about what I've said to you guys before. I'm not a great international football fan. I just thought because it's an international break, I will watch. But I find it so frustrating and bloody boring, right? Because we play 4 games, yeah, and then we have an international break for a week. And I just think, why? Why can't you do all of this bullshit in the summer? Do it then. Makes sense to me. Because I just don't want to have to, like, and I find it frustrating. I am angry about this, right? Yeah. And I've chatted with a couple of other people offline. When you've got a YouTube channel, wants to talk about a specific thing, about a club, about what's going down, right? Yeah. And then all of a sudden you have this bullshit time of 10 days and there's not a lot of content out there. It's just like, I just don't give a shit about it. But I thought, why, I'll do it. It is what it is. Galazzo, Fran, how are you, my love? What's up, Jess and chat? I was annoyed I had to miss the match yesterday, but it sounds like I didn't need to. No, you didn't. It was boring. Hot Fuzz 44. People, go and support, and I should apologise. Let me go back. Go and support Galazzo. Lovely young lady. Does some great stuff on her channel. Please go and like and subscribe on her channel. She'll appreciate that. She does some absolutely amazing artwork, which is on a site that you can buy it. So please go and like and subscribe to that. And Hot Fuzz 44, top fella. I've had him on my stream. The talent of the squad has carried Mr. Waistcoat into every tournament. Yeah. Absolutely. Totally agree with you, man. Totally agree with you. It's bloody shocking, really. It's a shocking indictment of English football. Anthony Herbert, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for your super chat. Big up, Jez. Eddie Howe to be the next England manager. Well, that's a good point. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Would it be too big for him? I don't know. And that's a good point, though. Thank you for your super chat, my friend. Static says, Jez, Maguire out, Tomori in. Absolutely. Facts on that one. I mean, it's stupidness. Alex Mahagog. Hi, Jez, love your channel. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for being here. And there's got to be some serious major changes. Nippon, how are you, mate? Everybody go and support Nippon's channel, NS Sports TV. Top fella. Wolfang division, it's prick sessions, Jez. Yeah, it is. I totally agree with you there, man. The guy is getting into that sort of situation. He is continually picking the same bloody players. Why on earth? Somebody please in the chat, please tell me, why is Henderson and why is Maguire still in that bloody team lineup? Why? It doesn't make sense when they have other quality players out there, and yet we keep doing this. This is what I say is the similarities between Southgate, Arteta. He relies on his favourites. He relies on his, how can I put it, trusted players. And Static says here, Jez, Saka's played 86 minutes. I would have taken him off 10, 20 minutes earlier just to mix things up. Yes. And Static, it looked to me towards the end of that second half, he was had a little bit of a limp. And God hope he hasn't, because I'll be so pissed off if he comes back to Arsenal with like a calf strain or something. I mean, he got crocked a couple of times by tackles because he gets targeted because he's a quality player, and I don't want that to happen to my players in this club. And in fairness, I bet Mikel Arteta, haven't seen that or heard the news today about Gabriel Magalhaes, is probably pretty pissed off, because it always seems to be with Arsenal, we let our players go abroad and they come back, or not all of them, but a couple of them come back crocked. It really winds me up. It seriously does. Carl Rossi terminated Pepe for nothing. 72 million bloody pounds. 72 million pounds, people, and we don't get a single penny. What the fucking hell is going on at this club? Seriously. Ozil, Abba's contract. Any other decent club would have recouped at least 90 to 100 mil. Yeah, mate. You'd think that Arsenal have got money to throw away. Excuse me, I'm going to have a quick swig. We are a rich club. I won't deny that. And people that think we're not are, I'm sorry, you're wrong. But you just don't let these players go for nothing. Seriously. We didn't even, I don't believe, somebody in the chat put me wrong. I don't think we even got the 3 million reported for a Transenball. I mean, even if we did, that's a piss take, man. And the way we treated that player, I think, is absolutely disgusting. He was a decent player. If you compare Pepe, right, to Havertz, who would you take? Who would you take? It's. I just, well, it beggars my belief with this management. DYA Films, Mudryk needs right type of manager. For example, Pep turned Sterling to machine at City. Yep, Mudryk. I would take Mudryk. I would take him at Arsenal all day long. I swear. Yeah. Longhead Yeti's Cave says Mr. Ukraine is always going to score. Yeah, you're talking about Zinchenko, I guess. Longhead Yeti says, it's honestly disgusting. Worse still, the cheerleaders who back this nonsense with that money lost alone, they could lower season tickets and sign a PL winning side. Yeah, well, there you are. There you go, man. There you go. Yeah, great comment here, Gary Parker. Mike Bassett in. Yeah, bring him in, man. Bring him in. I'll tell you what, as an England manager, that'd be funny, wouldn't it? Joe Slade down in New Zealand. Not too bad down here, Jez. It must be. Where are you? North or South Island, mate? Let me know whereabouts you are. Joe Bumpers, we need to try something different. Arteta has so much intelligence within the game. I'm not going to deny that. But he does the same old, same old. Wolfgang Division, Yeti in for England manager. Here we go. Yeah, that'd be class. That'd be interesting because I've got a feeling the old Yeti would be a bit like the old Brian Clough, Peter Taylor syndrome. That'd be interesting. Yeah, that'd be funny, man. I'd take the England women coach. Yep. Well, look at what she does. She wins shit. Andy, hi, Jez. Hi, mate. Hope you're well. I'm not going to make this a long stream, to be fair, but I just find it disappointing. Really do. I do. Show the super chat. Dinesh, thank you, mate, for that. Even if we know Trent Alexander-Arnold was not available for this England, but Southgate had some England fans say should not be in the team. Really, that's interesting. That is interesting. Yeah, not sure about that. Static says, Jez, I was very happy for Walker. Yeah, absolutely. You've reminded me of a very good point, mate. Yeah, well done, Kyle Walker, getting your first goal. It was a great finish, by the way. Flicked it off the right side of his right boot. Yeah, great class. The other thing I want to bring up is these modern football boots actually give no protection to players' feet. You see, how many times in a game now do you see a footballer, right, get trodden on in a game? I mean, it happens. It happens in a game of football. But these modern boots give absolute no protection. Was it 3 weeks ago? I went and took my grandson to buy his first ever pair of football boots. He's 9. Buy a proper pair. And we went to a sports shop and I was like looking at them and I'm like, Christ, these are like bloody cotton, not like the boots that when I played or when I was refereeing, they were actual leather. These things are so piss poor thin. And I actually said to the guy serving us, I said, are these waterproof? And he went, well, yeah. And I went, but they're so thin. And he went, well, that's the way the modern boots are. And I'm like, okay. And I'm honestly thinking at children's level of football, children, 9, 10, up to 15, 16. I could see a lot of young lads, girls, getting bloody injuries because they're going to get studs on their feet and causing problems. But I don't. What do I know? But it concerns me about that sort of thing because these potentially young girls and boys that could become top professional players could end up with probably problems with their feet. I really do. But there you go. That's something else for discussion another day. Longhead Yeti's Cave. You can do a circus stream, Jez, with the car. Tetra's the clown. Yeah, he is. I'm going to quickly try and get through some of this chat. So you're always welcome, my love. You're always welcome. And sorry, I've done that one. Beg your pardon. Nico Caratini. Hi, Jez. I have a Swedish beer for you here. Cheers, man. Thank you very much. I've never been to Sweden. I've been to Norway and I've been to Finland. And I went to Copenhagen for the Denmark. I went to Copenhagen for the Parma 1994 Cup Winners' Cup final when Alan Smith scored and beat Parma. That was what a great city that is. Seriously, but by God, was it? It was hot and humid, man. The mosquitoes you get there, craziness. But we're going to have a chat next week about Everton and Arsenal because we haven't won there in 6-7 years now. So that could be a banana skin. again, and it you know, this is the Arsenal that it really pisses me off, to be honest, because we should be not even worried about. This is no disrespect to Everton. We shouldn't even be worried about going there. I can remember going there when we used to actually slap them up, but it doesn't happen now. That's the sad thing. But let's get back to the point we talked about. Why is Harry Maguire still in that defence? Why didn't Rashford start, right? And why would you take Jude Bellingham off? The guy is kicking it up in Spain, man. And yet, I just don't see why he takes him off. Jude Bellingham. I mean, I personally, I think he should have taken Kane off. I thought Kane was bloody absolute pony yesterday. I just don't see it. I really don't. Yeah. Oh dear. It frustrates the hell out of me. Are you in the South Island, Joe? Whereabouts, man? Tell me whereabouts. I have been to the South Island when I've been to New Zealand. Alex Dunlop. Big up New Zealand, man. Yeah, lovely, lovely, lovely country. Lovely people, and yeah, the scenery is beyond. I swear to God, the scenery, especially in the South Island, is beyond belief. I loved every moment I was there. Steffi, good to see you, my love. Even Jez, good to see you. Hope you're well. And Static says, Steffi, good evening. Now, before I wrap this up, because I want to wrap this up because this man here, Tony Claude Gunnett, is going live very shortly. And as we have a community, we don't like to try and clash. So I just want to, I missed a comment there. Yeah, that's a great point. Aston Manic. Are Predator boots still around? No, I don't think they are, mate. I think they're flipping long gone. Well, from what I know, anyway, from what I know, they're all these cleat boots with this sort of polyester type material. It's very thin. It's almost like wearing a pair of bloody slippers to me, but it is what it is. I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subbing if you're new. Thanks for smashing the likes up. As you know, I don't normally talk about international football because I find it bloody boring, and I won't be doing another one, to be fair, because I found that so boring yesterday afternoon. I really did. I'd rather have watched the rugby, to be honest. I don't mind watching rugby, to be fair, but for me, it was just like so sideways, backwards. Even when we had the ball in possession, it was just crap. Seriously, really. And as Tony says, sure, Everton that's a banana skin. I called it last year. I called it and I said that will be a banana skin. And what happened? It was a bloody banana skin. And as Static says, Facts Jez to substitute Bellingham. Wow. Why? You know what I mean? Tony says, oh, Jez, you've been to Finland. Yeah, many years ago. Lovely, lovely, lovely country. Thoroughly enjoyed myself. It was a great experience, to be honest. And Norway, great experience. And Denmark, Copenhagen for that iconic. The only thing I'd say, all those countries, they're bloody expensive. To be fair, but especially Copenhagen. Jesus Christ! When I went there in '94, it was like taking a second mortgage out to get a drink. Seriously. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. So, guys, I'm going to wrap this up because I want to bail out. I haven't had anything to eat yet. I'm bloody starving. And go over and jump on Tony Claude Gunner TV. Go and watch his content. Top fella. I think he's got a guest on as well. So I'm going to bail out. I'm going to do the outro. And as Static says here, yeah, Jez, Norway and Switzerland are expensive too. Bloody Christ, mate! I tell you what, Switzerland, you need to be a millionaire to go there. I went on a tour thing many years ago, and dear God, everything was like, wow, really? Yeah, and but the best place, I tell you, one of the best places I've ever been to, right? Iceland. It's fantastic, and it's not overly expensive, and it's an amazing place. It's so diverse. You've got volcanoes, yet you've got hot streams bubbling out the ground, and all that. It's just incredible. It really is. I loved going there, but yeah, I'm out of here, people. I'm gonna do the outro. I'll be back in the week. I'm back. When am I back? Yeah, I've got a few streams coming up. Wednesday night. Oh no, tomorrow night podcast. I think we did a podcast with Lee and Kenny on Lee's show. Wednesday night, I've got Lee and Kenny on, and maybe great comment. I'll come to this. On Wednesday night, I've got Lee and Kenny. I might have another guest coming on there as well. Great comment. I love this. Wolfgang, Iceland's craptures. Go to Aldi. Yeah. Okay, mate. Thanks for that. I love it. Thank you, mate. Anyway, I'm out of it, people. I'm starving hungry, and I'm going to do the outro. And thanks for watching. Please smash the subs up. It really helps. And if you're new, give us a sub. Please do. Thank you very much. Take care. Love to you all. And England, Southgate, step it up, man, because it's bloody boring. And catch you all soon, guys.